Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're taking a walk in the woods. Well, kinda. Our guide is this fantastic field guide to the trees of the DePauw Nature Park. And our mission? We're going to turn that confusing wall of green into a forest full of familiar faces.
All right, so let's just dive right in. I want you to picture this. You're standing in a forest. It's gorgeous, right? The sunlight's coming down through the canopy. You see hundreds of tree trunks, literally thousands of leaves. It's beautiful, but it's also a little overwhelming. Where do you even begin to make sense of it all? I mean, we've all been there. You see all this amazing variety, but trying to put a name to a face, or I guess in this case, a name to a leaf, it feels almost impossible.
And look, this challenge is very real. The DePauw Nature Park, which is our source for today's explainer, has over 30 different species of trees. And that's just one park. Imagine the scale of it.
That's it, exactly. It's so easy to get what some people call green blindness, where everything just kind of mushes together into one big green blur. But what if I told you there's a system, a secret way to see all the incredible details hidden in that green? Well, that's what we're here to do. We are going to build your own personal detective toolkit. And you can forget about trying to memorize hundreds of trees. We're going to learn how to be nature detectives. This right here is the whole secret. It's not about cramming facts. It's about learning how to see. It's about knowing what clues to look for and how to read the evidence that every single tree is giving you. And here it is, our whole case file, broken down into 4 key clues. You've got leaves, bark, fruit, and flowers. Now, for today, we're going to focus on mastering the 2 clues you can find pretty much all year round, leaves and bark. Let's start with maybe the most obvious one. Leaves are usually the very first thing we noticed, right? And they are just packed with information. We just have to learn how to speak their language, and that starts with their basic shapes. So, one of the biggest categories you're going to see is the lobed leaf. The easiest way to think about this? Picture a maple leaf. See how it has those points and valleys? Those are the lobes. It's all still one single connected leaf, but it has those distinct wavy edges.
And this is where the detective work gets really fun, because a teeny tiny detail can solve a huge mystery. Take the oak family. At first glance, they might look similar, but look closer. A white oak leaf has these soft, beautiful, rounded lobes. But a red or a black oak, its lobes come to a sharp point, and if you look really close, there's a tiny little bristle right on the tip. That one detail, that's the giveaway. Case closed.
Okay, so just when you think you've got the pattern down, nature throws you a curveball, a true master of disguise, and that is the sassafras tree. This is just incredible. On one single sassafras tree, heck, on one single branch, you can find 3 totally different leaf shapes. You've got a simple, unlobed oval leaf. Then you've got a 2-lobed leaf that looks exactly like a mitten. And finally, you have this spooky 3-lobed ghost shape. How cool is that? All right, next tool in our kit is the compound leaf. Now, this one can trick you at first. It looks like a bunch of little leaves on a stem, but it's actually one single leaf that's made up of all those smaller parts, which we call leaflets. So to crack this case, all you gotta do is count and compare. Let's look at the hickories. To tell them apart, it's simple. The shagbark hickory usually has 5 leaflets, see that? And check out how the ones at the very end are way bigger than the others. Now compare that to the bitternut hickory. It's got more leaflets, somewhere between 7 and 9, and they're all pretty much the same size. It really is that simple. But what happens in the fall and winter when all the leaves are gone? Does our investigation just stop? No way. Don't worry, our detective kit has another amazing tool. We just have to look a little closer at the trunk. I absolutely love this idea. The bark is a tree's fingerprint. Every single species has a unique texture, a unique color, a unique pattern, and it's a clue that's there for you to read 365 days a year. And the differences can be just, dramatic. Remember the shagbark hickory from its leaves? The name gives it all away. The bark literally looks shaggy, peeling off in these big, long strips. And then you have the complete opposite, the American beech. Its bark is perfectly smooth, this light gray color. It almost looks like elephant skin or smooth stone. Sometimes the best descriptions are the ones you just can't forget. Our source guide says the bark of an old black cherry tree looks like burnt potato chips. And I mean, now you'll never unsee that, will you? It's flaky, it's dark, it's scaly, just like the description. It's perfect. Here's another fantastic one. If you get up close to a flowering dogwood, you'll see this incredible checkered pattern. It's broken up into all these small, blocky scales that look exactly like alligator skin. It is a truly unmistakable fingerprint. And finally, we've got one of the easiest trees to spot, even from way down the road, the sycamore. Its upper bark is this brilliant, smooth white that peels away, showing the darker bark underneath. It creates this beautiful, almost camouflage pattern that just makes it a total standout in any forest. So there you have it. You've seen the clues, you've learned the techniques. That big wall of green, it's probably starting to look a lot less intimidating now, isn't it? Suddenly, it's filled with all these distinct individuals with their own stories. So here's your toolkit, all in one place. You start with the leaves. Ask yourself, is it lobed or is it compound? Next, decode the bark. Is it shaggy, smooth, or scaly? And then, of course, you can look for that third clue, fruit and flowers. Are there nuts or berries or maybe seed pods? Put it all together, and you've got your answer. Look, you don't have to become an expert overnight. Not at all. All it really takes is a little bit of curiosity and just being willing to look a little closer. You absolutely have the skills now to start that journey. So the next time you go for a walk, I want you to take this mental toolkit with you. Look at the leaves, touch the bark, see what you can discover. What stories are the trees right outside your own front door just waiting to tell you?